Hey, it's Sunday Play, Dear Esther, Part 2, with me, VocTer, on a Monday. That's right, we got 2 episodes in before I was already doing it wrong and being late. Big shout outs to both Rocket and Maggie, who told me that the chemical symbol that we have been seeing is alcohol. Us Norwegians know the chemical symbol for alcohol. Which of course does tie into everything else that's been going on. As of the end of the last episode, I had reached the caves, which is apparently halfway through the game, so pretty much just going to be playing this until I beat it today. Although I don't think beat it is the correct word. You don't really beat Dear Esther, you just finish the story, I guess. Also shout out, brand new Dear Esther world record for completion. Knocking another 5 seconds off it. Cannot remember who did that this week, but you know, congratulations to whoever that was, because that's pretty cool. So I explored there last week, so now I need to go up. And I'm really happy to get back in. I can't believe it's been only a week since I last played this. It feels like it's been such a long week. Really? Wow, I mean, that looks gorgeous. But... well, yeah! Okay, we're fine. Last time I went underwater, I did die and crashed the game, but that's okay. Not this time. Oops. So, I guess to continue on from what I was talking about last week, I have now almost officially begun my job. I am now officially a Definitive Esports trial writer. Should be speaking to the editor sometime in the next couple of days. I need to actually respond to his message. I fell asleep last night. And once I talk through with him, hopefully we'll be starting a new column on Dota 2 very shortly. So more on that in the coming days. We'll no doubt hear about that on my Dead Space Let's Plays, and of course, in every time I message you guys. I don't want to go down there yet. I want to try not to fall off, because it looks like there's stuff to explore. That is blood. That is most definitely blood. Wow. The next game I really want to play is Gone Home. That looks fantastic, and that I feel like would be perfect for a Sunday play. After this, Sunday play is going to be gone for a little while, because I need a new game for it, and right now I don't really have anything that suits, and I don't have any money. So, yeah, I mean, obviously send me your suggestions, kind of story-based games, things like this, where longer playthroughs would really do it. Like I say, Gone Home is something I'm looking at right now, but that will have to wait until I have some money to buy it with. Oh, wow.
I am traveling through my own body, following the line of infection from the shattered femur towards the heart. I swallow fistfuls of painkillers to stay lucid. In my delirium, I see the twin lights of the moon and the aerial shining to me through the rocks.
Oh, there's so many ways I could go. Let's go up. Up is the way to go. It's weird, like, I picked up this game because I was like, oh, this is something I can talk a lot through, and I can kind of talk about other things. But, I feel bad talking over this game, like, the sound design is so good. I just kind of want to be quiet and take it all in. Good. Down a bit. See what's hit.
This cannot be the shaft they threw the goats into. It cannot be the landfill where the parts of your life that would not burn ended up. It cannot be the chimney that delivered you to the skies. It cannot be the place where you rained back down again to fertilize the soil and make small flowers in the rocks.
Behold, Damascus is... But more biblical references, more references to Damascus. Oh my god, look at... Away from being city. Oh. And there'll be a ruin herd? I feel like these guys need the handwriting work. Is there an enemy or something? You can definitely die in Dear Esther. We established that I can crash the game, but yeah, it turns out you can totally die. That is a thing that can happen. So I don't want that to happen because my game refuses to save. That's right. That's why the crash occurred, because I managed to corrupt everything that I touch. Oh my god, please don't be dead. So every time I die, I have to actually start from the start again. To start recording this, I had to start from the start again. Holy shit! This is where the crash happened. This is the crash that killed my wife. Look, this is... Oh my god. Yeah, just junction. Holy crap. And we are through the cave, so I believe this denotes the loading between chapters, and as far as I'm aware, there's only 4 chapters. So we're now on the final structure of the game. Look at that. Seriously, this is just wonderful. Excuse me a second. Still. Last vestiges of a cold.
I wish I could have known Donnelly in this place. We would have had so much to debate. Did he paint these stones or did I? Who left the pots in the hut by the jetty? Who formed the museum under the sea? Who fell silently to his death into the frozen waters? Who erected this godforsaken aerial in the first place? Did this whole island rise to the surface of my stomach, forcing the gulls to take flight?
I go to the... Where's the aerial? Oh, there it is. I want to go on this pit. Oh. What an absolutely wonderful game. I really don't feel... And this is pretty bad for me to be saying because I'm making these. But I really don't feel that you're getting the experience by just watching this. I really feel like this is something that has to be played. Like, I feel such a part of it just by controlling it. I mean, obviously I don't know what kind of feeling you're getting. Whether it's anything that's similar to what I'm experiencing.
I returned home
So
with a pocket full of stolen ash. Half of it fell out of my coat and vanished into the car's upholstery. But the rest I carefully stowed away in a box I kept in a drawer by the side of my bed. It was never intended as a meaningful act, but over the years it became a kind of talisman. I'd sit still, quite still for hours, just holding the diminishing powder in my palm and noting its smoothness. In time, we will all be worn down into granules, washed into the sea and dispersed.
Still not 100% on what that aerial is, why it's there, or really any of them. And yet, despite the fact that I have absolutely zero handle on what's going on, this is such an affecting game. We have more car parks. Like, that at least I understand. I lost someone. I'm assuming my wife, the Dear Esther of the title, in a car crash with a drunk driver.
Hall by the roadside, by the exit for Damascus, all ticking and cooled, all feathers and remorse, all of these signals routed like traffic through the circuit diagrams of our guts, those badly ridden boats torn bottomless in the swells, washing us forever ashore.
Light from heaven on.
From here, I can see my armada. I collected all the letters I'd ever meant to send to you, if I'd have ever made it to the mainland, but had instead collected at the bottom of my rucksack, and I spread them out along the lost beach. Then I took each and every one, and I folded them into boats. I folded you into the creases, and then, as the sun was setting, I set the fleet to sail. Shattered into 21 pieces, I consigned you to the Atlantic. And I sat here until I'd watched all of you sink.
This is back at the start. I've walked around the entire island. Feel like. That looks exactly the same as where I started and went left from.
I will drag my leg behind me. I will drag it like a crumpled hatchback, tires blown and sparking across the dimming lights of my vision. I'm running out of painkillers and am following the flicker of the moon home. When Paul keeled over dead on the road to Damascus, they restarted his heart with the jump leads from a crumpled hatchback. It took 21 attempts to convince it to wake up. I've begun my voyage in a paper boat without a bottom. I will fly to the moon in it. I've been folded along a crease in time, a weakness in the sheet of life. Now you've settled on the opposite side of the paper to me. I can see your traces in the ink that soaks through the fiber, the pulped vegetation. When we become waterlogged and the cage disintegrates, we will intermingle. When this paper aeroplane leaves the cliff edge and carves parallel vapor trails in the dark, we will come together.
And look at how the colours are saturating.
If only Donnelly had experienced this, he would have realized he was his own shoreline, as am I. Just as I am becoming this island, so he became his syphilis, retreating into the burning synapses, the stones, the infection.
Got to this part.
Returning to my car afterwards, hands still shaking, and a head split open by the impact. Goodbye to tearful aunts and traumatized uncles. Goodbye to the phenomenal. Goodbye to the tangible. Goodbye Wolverhampton. Goodbye Sanford. Goodbye Cromer. Goodbye Damascus. This cliff path is slippery in the dew. It is hard to climb with such an infection. I must carve out the bad flesh and sling it from the aerial. I must become infused with the very air.
See, now I had it in my head that myself and Donnelly were different people. That I'm the person that lost their wife in a car crash, and Donnelly dying of syphilis. But there are things that also make me feel like they're the same person. He says things like that. Like there's no separation, it's just an instant segue. It's not even a segue, there's no link, it just continues. Or are they two separate people and I'm a third person, discovering all as I move around the island?
I have dredged these waters for the bones of the hermit, for the traces of Donnelly, for any sign of Jakobsen's flock, for the empty bottle that would incriminate him. I have scoured this stretch of motorway 21 times, attempting to recreate his trajectory, the point when his heart stopped dead and all he saw was the moon over the Sanford Junction. He was not drunk, Esther. He was not drunk at all, and it was not his fault. It was the converging lines that doomed him. This is not a recorded natural condition. The gulls do not fly so low over the motorway and cause him to swerve. The paint scored away from his car in lines like an infection, making directly for the heart. I am the Ariel. In my passing, I will send news to each and every star. Dear Esther, I have burnt my belongings, my books, this death certificate. Mine will be written all across this island. Who was Jakobsen? Who remembers him? Donnelly has written of him, but who was Donnelly? Who remembers him? I have painted, carved, hewn, scored into this space all that I could draw from him. There will be another to these shores to remember me. I will rise from the ocean like an island without bottom, come together like a stone, become an Ariel, a beacon, that they will not forget you. We have always been drawn here. One day the gulls will return and nest in our bones and our history. I will look to my left and see Esther Donnelly flying beside me. I will look to my right and see Paul Jakobsen flying beside me. They will leave white lines carved into the air to reach the mainland, where help will be sent.
Oh my god.
Come back.
Is that the end? That was incredible. I'm assuming this is the end, because nothing I can do, and it's possible that I corrupted it. It won't actually work properly and send me back to wherever it's supposed to, but that's it for Sunday Play then. Dear Esther by The Chinese Room, an incredibly moving game. Definitely pick it up. It's something worth having. I think it's something worth exploring for yourself. There's definitely replay value in it as well. You get a lot of different audio. Yeah, I'm all about this game. It's kind of broken me a little bit. But, so, later on today, also Dead Space will be going up. And then in a couple of weeks, hopefully Sunday Play will be back. Definitely, give us a shout if there's anything you think would really suit this format rather than the Dead Space style Let's Plays. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all again.